So I finally managed to deploy the game out to a VPS. So I have on the VPS, I have Remix running, which is actually the UI that's hosting the game. And then I have a WebSocket server running in Node. And you can check it out at survivethenightgame.com. Don't break it. I know you guys are going to DDoS it the moment you guys see this video, but I'm going to slowly try to push out changes and fixes, and maybe we can all play together at some point if I tweak this enough. And this is also deployed on the East Coast, like it's 1 BPS. So if you try to connect from Europe or some other place, you're not going to get some good ping, okay? So let's talk about how this works, because I have this all automated. When I push a change, it'll actually deploy out to the VPS. And at the top of the screen, it'll say server is updating, and basically it'll refresh the game for everybody when the new version comes out. So if you go to the repo, there is a workflows, okay? And if you check out the workflows, there is a deploy.yaml, which is a GitHub action configuration file that says, hey, whenever someone pushes to the main branch, go ahead and run some stuff, right? And the stuff that we're running to get this deployed out, there's a interesting shared GitHub action called appleboy/SSH actions. I haven't looked at the code, so hopefully it's not stealing my keys. But it allows you to basically run stuff inside a VPS. Okay, so it's going to connect to the VPS using some GitHub secrets I have set up, which you don't know how that works. Go over here to settings, and then go down to secrets and variables, click on actions, and you can define some project secrets that you can reference in your GitHub actions and actually start connecting to the VPS. So I have the SSH private key, SSH username, and the VPS address. Okay, so it uses those, and then it runs a script on my VPS. The way I set the VPS up is I set up an Ubuntu machine, I git clone this project, and I also installed Docker on the machine. Those are like the prereqs, and I might actually come in through here and create like a init sh script in case anyone wants to deploy this to their own servers. You just run one bash script and everything just gets installed for you automatically. It's like the hackiest approach to get it working. Obviously, if you want to use something like Puppet or you want to use something like Ansible, that might be a more professional way to provision a server, but the simplest thing is often the best thing. And so after Docker is installed and we have the Git repo cloned on your VPS, what this script does is it basically just goes into a directory, it pulls the latest changes, and then it reruns Docker Compose up in daemon mode, and it rebuilds everything. This is a very simple approach. This does not scale, but it gets the job done, right? It spins up my game server, it spins up my remix server, it spins up Caddy, which, by the way, you should probably check out the Docker Compose file. This is how the Docker Compose file is set up. So we have two services. We have the website, which is basically building a Docker file that lives inside of package's website Docker file. Okay, everything in this package's website is actually a Remix app. I went ahead and switched from Next.js to Remix because I kept running into weird build errors with my TypeScript aliases and like the monorepo approach. Honestly, I just got fed up with Next.js. It's like, bro, like I just need to do something simple, and I keep running into stupid roadblocks. I had to go and configure like the next config to set up aliases. I switched to the Remix and it worked. The first time it just worked. So screw Next.js. I'm gonna use Remix for a little bit and probably make more content about Remix because I think it's just a simpler solution. Next.js has a lot of features and I do like it a lot, but sometimes you just want something simple, right? So anyway, how this works is we have a Docker file, and we're telling the Remix app, hey, this is the URL for the WebSocket server. Okay, so it grabs over whatever shared code it might need. So in this case, we need like the game client, which is the library that's used for running the canvas and updating it and connecting to the socket server. And then we have the game shared, which is like shared variables between the server and the client. And then I do an npm install on this Docker file. And then I basically, what is this doing? It's building the website and we run it. That's how the Remix site is hosted. Honestly, I don't know if I need this ports here. I think that's actually exposing my application behind HTTP. Probably need to get rid of that. But also down here, we have a game server. Same idea. We have a Docker file that's in the game server. So if I go ahead and just go to that. So on the game server, it's the same idea. We basically copy over these shared package JSON files. We do an npm install to make sure all the dependencies are installed. And then honestly, I don't know why we're doing some of this stuff again. I think it's necessary to copy the TS configs as well. But finally, what we do is we just run it. So we run the game server when this Docker file starts up, and it's going to be on port 3001. Okay, so we have the Remix app on 3000, the WebSocket server on 3001. This is going to connect using this. I just kind of hard coded this for right now. So down here is the important part. We have Caddy set up so they can actually have a custom domain that is secure. I want WSS and I also want HTTPS set up. So Caddy is my approach to doing that. And to get that set up, you have a caddy file over here, and you just set up 2 reverse proxies. You set one up for the Remix website. You set one up for the WebSocket server. That's it. I don't even know if you need this in CodeGZip, but it's there anyway. So this gets pulled over to the server, and then when I do a Docker Compose up, it is going to basically automatically create your certificates using Let's, what's it called? Like Let's Encrypt. All right, so now you understand how the automation is set up and how that stuff is ran on a VPS. I know there's other approaches to it. Like I just made a video about Docker Stack, which I could probably do. I just wanted the simplest thing, and typically just running Docker Compose. You'll have some downtime, but who cares? This is for a fun side project. Let's talk about how the DNS records are set up. I think that's important to talk about because I am going through Cloudflare to hopefully protect my site. I know you guys are going to DDoS it anyway, and in a couple days you guys will get bored and I can actually have people play with me. But let's go and check out the DNS records. So in Cloudflare, I have a project set up, survivethenightgame.com, and I created 3 A records. So I'm basically pointing directly to my VPS. So no one can actually see my game server VPS IP address. I kind of already blocked that out so you guys can see, but I have 3 records. I have one for survivethenightgame.com. I have one for the WebSocket server, which is also going to point to the same IP. And then I have www, which will also kind of point to that same IP. Okay, that's all I had to do to set up the DNS records to have an actual custom domain for my game. Super easy to do. I recommend Cloudflare for that. It's great because it actually protects your app. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm trying to think, is there anything else I should probably talk about? Okay, so like as you can see here, when I push a change, my GitHub action will fire off. I can go through here. It'll do a deploy using SSH. I'm not going to click this because I don't know if there's going to be IPs or like keys that'll be leaked to my console. So let's not go down that path right now. But overall, I mean, if you guys want to go check out this game, and also if you want to contribute to it, I've been doing this game for a couple months now, and I'm open to contributors. If you want to come in and try to add items, I want people to add mechanics and game features, not like do full-on refactoring and come here and critique my code and tell me it sucks. I know it sucks. I just want to add more features for right now so I can get a good prototype out and we can kind of improve on it. So if you want to come in here and add more items, go to survivethenightgame.com, and some things that we need include more craftables, right? So right now, if you pick up some wood, you can craft different items. So if I pick up some other ones, if I click Q, I can actually toggle through some craftables. This is like the prototype of our crafting system. Anything you can craft will be in green. Anything that's not will be in red. And so I think adding more resource types that you could basically pick around the map, or when you kill a zombie, you can loot them. That would be really nice. Adding more weapon types, adding more melee weapon types like a spear or a shovel that gives a further attack distance. That might be something cool someone can work on. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is join my Discord if you want to contribute to an actual game that's deployed out there and feel like you're helping a community out by building something fun. I think it'd also be cool to add like a ping. So like I can see the ping I have for the server because right now sometimes it gets a little bit laggy. I have the tick rate set to 20, but I might need to increase it to something higher. Anyway, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day and happy coding.